So I'm here at the end of the Village Trail of Houston, Missouri, also known as Brushy Creek Trail. And I'm just kind of looking around at the lack of maintenance at our park facilities here in Houston, Missouri. My biggest concern is if we can't maintain what we have, how are we going to maintain something new? Especially for the multi-million-dollar sports center, where the first property that was purchased was unsuitable. The second property we purchased became a conflict because the city leaders did not do their homework of the property, so it's going to require some annexation on acquiring the fullness of that property for the city of Houston. We just keep making these mistakes that, there's a phrase that the devil is in the details. And, certainly details are lacking tremendously when it comes to the dealings of our leadership within the city of Houston. And it becomes discerning that and a very depressive thing to see that our parks, our walking trails are showing their age. They're showing these items as unkept, uncared for. So as we get near our voting season, we need to be very concerned. What are you doing with our money? Where is the money going? Why do we have all this secrecy of land purchases and projects and everything that's going on without the full approval of the community of Houston voters? The project at this walking trail is to our city of Houston's attempt to control the flooding when high waters come through. As you will see, somebody just did not know what they were doing. Look how we piled the cement and the big rocks and all this stuff in here. And the way to stop flooding is you have to build up a wall, a retainer. But unlike other projects in other cities, the city of Houston felt this was sufficient. After thousands upon thousands of dollars, this is what we have now. An unfinished, unkept, another project went disarray in the city of Houston. Here we go, yet again, another project on the same trail. You see, we removed this fencing. This was done some time ago. You see the two tree stumps that we determined that all this fencing had to be removed to take down 2 trees. And so we come back up here and we pile them right there. That looks good. That really looks nice. Yeah. And then the fencing that we took down, you will notice we like to pile here in Houston. Sometimes I think we, the citizens, need to pull up their piles and throw it in the leadership's front yards and see how they like it. There's our fencing. Why not? It's not costing you any money. We have to pay it. And they actually tore up the fencing in doing that, in taking it down to remove 2 trees. Now, logic would say, okay, there's fencing here for a reason. It's all the way down the trail. Should we not put it back up? Yes. We should put it back up. But not in Houston. These are the things that city leadership allows to go on behind the scenes. Again and again and again, I want to emphasize to the citizens of Houston, do you seriously want to trust the city of Houston's leadership to maintain a multi-million-dollar sports complex when they can't even take care of this walking trail? I want you to take notice here on this walking trail. And you see all these manhole covers. Now, I want you to stay with me on this, because this is another concerning issue. Stuff's going on here. But there's some things that we need to question. What is the city of Houston pouring into our streams? What do I mean by that? Well, follow with me. As we continue our walk on this trail, and we look at these man covers and all this stuff going on, we have an issue. What's going to come out of that drainage? What is going into our water table here from the city of Houston? This is obviously something that is coming from here. Is it not? Again, citizens of Houston, you got to be aware of what's going on here. You can trust, but you need to verify. Are there contaminants coming out here? Is that making our water tables unsafe? And so, I am halfway on this trail, and you'll notice there's a sidewalk. That's the back side of the trail. Then you notice nothing.
What?
What happened? What happened to the other part of the sidewalk? Well, the good news is, as you walk further down, it reappears. But we've got this big, huge section that the city of Houston has determined it wasn't necessary.
Are you out of your mind?
So what'd they do with the money that was allocated to put this walking trail in here, to put the sidewalk in here? What happened? What? Questions. A lot of questions, no answers. So why? Why do we do these things? See, it used to have a pea gravel trail, but that hasn't been maintained in God knows how long. That wasn't too bad. That was acceptable. But now there's nothing. So how much money are they allocating for maintenance of this walking trail? How much government funding have they received for this walking trail? Where has the money gone, citizens of Houston? But pray tell, I hope it didn't go in anybody's pockets. But you know, it's happening all around us. Little towns are getting caught up. As the Missouri Attorney General steps in, does an audit, one mayor got caught here recently with his hands in the kettle. You know, he found his little gold nuggets from the city utilities. He was pocketing money. Not saying this is happening in Houston, but how do we know it's not if we don't step up as citizens and start questioning? I'm in another section of the Village Trail of Houston, Missouri, and man, all these great people sponsored this event. I love the gazebo. I'm still wondering where the sidewalk went. It's like missing. And as you notice, sewage treatment facility, keep out. Again, wouldn't you think with that drainage line in our creek, and it's coming from the sewage treatment center of Houston? What are they releasing? What are they releasing in our streams? I don't know. Enjoy. Enjoy. Okay, finally, our trail picked up again. It's just a little unmaintained, right? Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah. Wonder how much they charge the city for that. 20 grand? Who knows? Nobody's paying attention. Who's watching the city? And now we get back to a sidewalk. Oh, there it is. And look no further. There we go. Nothing. Here we go. I'm back to the entrance of the trailhead. And oh my. Makes me wonder. We really need an audit. We need to know where the money's going. We need to know who's in charge. Is anybody in charge? Is anybody taking care of our parks, our city trails? What's going on? Oh, remember this one? Remember? Boy, this project went disarray, didn't it? So, another city fiasco. Another unkept community property. Taunted as something special. Where'd the money go? Where'd it go, Houston? Start asking questions. Make these leaders sweat. Make these leaders put up or shut up. If they can't perform the job, then they need to get out of the way. Follow the money trail. You'll see what I mean. So here I am, finally at the end of the Brushy Creek Trail exit. I'll show you how well stuff's maintained. Look at this sign. Look at this. I can literally pull it up out of these holes. Oh my, my, my. Is anybody doing any work, huh? Maybe we need to check on these city leaders and see how they're maintaining their properties. Because this is getting scary.